Hi, welcome to week 5. We are going to be quickly moving through the rest of the course. As you can see that there will only be 3 weeks left. This week your reading is very light. You have 2 chapters, Chapter 15, Speaking to Inform, and Chapter 19, Speaking in Small Groups. Both of these chapters will be helping you to complete your narrated group PowerPoint presentation. There are related course videos you might want to look at, the informative videos and the group communication videos. So I wanted to make sure that I went over the group presentation assignment so that you understand exactly what it is you're doing. The assignment is combining multiple communication skills, including small group communication and informative speaking. Using the knowledge of these skills and working in your group, you are going to create an informative presentation that will enlighten the audience of the topic chosen for your presentation. The purpose is to educate, not persuade, so make sure that you are not making any claims and that all your evidence is objective and factual. So you've already completed the first part of the assignment. That was the group formation and topic selection. The second part of the assignment is going to be the group outline. That will be due this week. And then the third part is where you will actually create the narrated group PowerPoint presentation. I will be monitoring your participation in your discussion threads. Each of your groups already has a specific discussion thread dedicated to your group solely. The discussion thread is where you should be completing all of your communication about the outline, PowerPoint, etc. While you are not awarded points for participating in this discussion, you will have points deducted from your assignments if you are not actively participating. You need to be checking into this discussion thread frequently, way more than you usually do if you are just checking in on days that you have something due. Your group members are depending on you, and so you need to make sure that you are keeping up with the discussion and participating with ideas and research. The presentation is similar to your introductory and persuasive speeches. A lot of the same elements are there. An introduction, main ideas, evidence for the main ideas, a conclusion, transitions, all of those elements are present in this presentation assignment. Unlike the individual speech, the group presentation will be 10 to 15 minutes depending on the number of people in your group. There is 2 slides per person and 3 minutes of audio per person required. How you divvy that up is up to you as a group, but each person does need to have 2 slides and 3 minutes of audio. You will need to record your voice through the PowerPoint program and attach it to the final presentation. There is videos for you to watch if you've never done this before. One is specifically dedicated for PCs and the other is for Macs. Each slide should have an audio component to accompany it, besides the title slide and the reference slide. Those 2 slides do not need audio to be on there. So, like I said, you've already created your topic selection and submitted it. The next thing that you are going to be doing is your outline. The outline is available as a template under Doc Sharing under the group speech category. So we're going to talk about what each element is. The outline is going to be a Word document. It does not have to be a PowerPoint and should not. The layout in the outline is designed to help you keep thinking about what each slide should be doing. So first you're going to have your title slide. You don't need to fill anything in on that. The introduction slide, you need to put in what you're planning for an attention getter, your audience relevance, your credibility, your thesis, and your preview. The spot that says audio should include does not need anything next to it. It is telling you that this is the stuff that needs to be on that slide in the audio. You do need to plan your transitions. When it comes to transitions, they're performing the same function that they performed for your persuasive speech. So Your first transition, you will preview your first main point. The difference is that if you have one person doing your introduction slide and a different person doing your main point one slide, you need to introduce your next group member. Anytime you change group members, your transition should include the introduction of that group member's name. The main points should have, you still have your main point statement and then your supporting materials. Your internal transitions are going to be reviewing your previous point and then previewing your next point. And then when you finally get down to your last transition, you're going to review your last main point before going to your conclusion slide. That is basically what the outline looks like. So it is very similar to ones that you have done before. It just has it set up so that you can keep track of the different slides. Obviously, if you have a main point and it takes more than one slide, that is fine. So don't think that you only have to have one slide per each main point. So that was the outline that you will be completing, and then finally you're going to put together the narrated power group or the narrated group PowerPoint. This needs to be a cohesive, visually attractive PowerPoint presentation. There is going to need to be a cohesive theme. Don't make different slides completely different themes. There also needs to be visual elements to it. You should not just have what you are saying on the slide. That should be through your audio. It is better to have images and things like that to be on the slide itself. I will say that you can have your 3 main points as titles on the slides, and you can also have your 3 main points listed in the preview and the review on your introduction and conclusion slide. But the majority of your slides should have images, not words. Like I said, there should be a complete bibliography of all your references included, and that will be the final slide of your PowerPoint presentation. So, for the group outline and the group PowerPoint presentation, you're going to be creating one common document, but each member should submit individually. You've already seen this with the group topic selection. If you happen to be in a group where they created it and you did not submit it, you will notice that you did not receive credit for your topic selection, and the same will apply to the outline and the narrated group PowerPoint presentation. So you need to make sure as an individual that you are submitting your group's outline and PowerPoint presentation. There is a full rubric listed on how you're going to be graded. Students will receive group grades in terms of the organization, content, cohesiveness, and PowerPoint sections. However, you are going to be graded individually on your vocal delivery, and you will also receive a peer evaluation grade that's going to comprise 20% of the presentation grade. So each group member will complete the peer evaluation form for their group members. If you are participating well and helping your group members the way you should have no problems with this portion of your grade. If you are not doing what you should, your group members have the opportunity to evaluate you as being a poor group member, and it will affect your grade. So the parts that you are going to have for the grading rubric include the intention getter, revealing the importance of the presentation, audience relevance, in other words, establishing credibility, your thesis statement, your preview statement, body and organization, transitions, oral citations. Each group member needs to make sure that they are actually completing oral citations. And this is really important because if you are a group member who forgets to do an oral citation, this will affect your entire group. Your conclusion is going to be graded, whether or not there are easily defined roles. Vocal delivery, which is an individual grade. Whether the PowerPoint is unified in its theme in terms of color, size, font, etc. The audio is going to be graded, making sure that the slide content is related to what you are talking about in the audio. And finally, speaking time. So that is the entirety of the group presentation assignment. Now I want to talk about what is due for the coming week. So Wednesday, your original post for discussion post number 5 is due, as well as your peer persuasive speech criticism. Remember, you need to go onto YouTube and watch 2 of your classmates' speeches and then provide comments for those 2 speeches. The comments, remember, you should be providing 2 strengths and 2 weaknesses. Then you will also need to do your self-reflection for your persuasive speech. That is going to be due in the Dropbox. And then the group outline will be due in the Dropbox as well. Due Friday, only your first response for discussion post 5 is due, and then due Sunday, only your second response for discussion post 5. So the majority of your focus is going to be on completing your group outline and really getting your research together and planning what exactly you want each group member to do. If you have any extreme problems, you are welcome to email me. However, I am basically just going to be facilitating and monitoring your group progress. Much like in the workforce, group problems that come up should be dealt with as a group. So I wish you luck, and I look forward to talking to you again.